Okay guys, we are back for a little bit. So welcome back everybody, and welcome to new subscribers. It's getting kind of crazy, like how many new subscribers we have. Like, I'm super excited. Like, I think you guys are liking the challenge too. So what if you're just joining us for this process, you won't know that I kind of messed up on my planning for this little altered notebook, or not altered notebook, altered book. And I followed Gail's tutorial, and everything I think went pretty smooth, except for the fact I missed the part where she said don't do more than 20 pockets or so. So now all of my ephemera has to be really flat, so it's not like alligatored crazy. So I think I've come up with a couple of things, and I've made a list of all the things that we will need for this project. So right now I'm just going to start on the upper and the side stuff. So I need top loading and side loading pockets, and then I think I decided to use some of my whale tail tabs that I still have from Amy at Glamping and Glitter. And then I've kind of taken my scraps, because I made like a template, right, to do the altered book. That by far is probably the fastest way to make them. So I'm just going to ink, and like I said, we're making them super simple, super flat. That's why we did so much on the cover, is so that it'll kind of hopefully make up for not having a ton of like laces and ribbons and bows and whatnot. So we're going to just see how many we can get done in about an hour. And then in a previous video I showed kind of my idea for like using paper to do the just putting paper in there on the pieces of paper. God, why can't I not talk all of a sudden? And if you can't tell, yes, I am filming kind of back to back. I'm feeling kind of like rushed, because now it's the 14th of August, and I have 5 design team projects to make this month, and this is just number 1. So yeah, I kind of feel guilty that we went and played a lot the last few days, but you know, summer's just about over, and those of you that know me know that I really do not like winter. So every August I get like this, where I'm like, okay, it's gonna be cold and I'm gonna have to be indoors for months on end. Yeah, I'm really not a winter person. I wish that I was, but I don't even wish that I was a winter person. For me, that's just totally alien. I live in entirely the wrong state for that. I need to live like in Florida. Right next door to Tuesday would be fun, I think. And I'm just gonna make these and kind of set them aside, and then we'll load them at the end. I really wish I could put all kinds of like cute stuff in there, but maybe on the next one. It's kind of now become like a mission, right? Like, I will finish it. It will be done. Even without a lot of frills, it will be done. I'm just going to kind of spread these out. Give me some music notes. How about that? So yeah, I've had this frog in my throat for like, feels like days. I mean, it's really only been a day, but oh, we are making these ones the side loading ones. That's what I decided to start with first. And I don't know if Amy sells these in her shop, but I think she should. Okay, there's one. Oh, and you know who else would have whale tails, or did at one point? I don't know if she's still doing it, and I wanted to order. It was just one of those, it happened right in the middle of tax season, and so I just never got there, and I don't know that she has any in her shop anymore, but I bet you Lori Berkowitz, or yeah, Lori from Grammy's Keepsakes is over, like her grandson did like a fundraiser with whale tails too. I should probably get a hold of her and see if he would be interested in making another batch. So I recently decided that once all of this like mayhem that's going on, I want to look into seeing how much a trip to like Scotland and England and Ireland is. Like, I think I've decided I want to take like a backpacking type trip. I think it's been on my bucket list for years. And I think I'd like to try to get that done. I don't know, we might end up doing some stamping on some of these too. I don't know. I haven't quite got that far yet. We'll just kind of see if we feel like they need a little more gussying. I'm going to set these over here because it's getting kind of annoying trying to reach back and forth. So I hope you guys are all doing well. We are doing well, other than Gracie. I think I said it last week too. Gracie has found out that she can't go back to school in person until October. So that those of you who have been with me for a long while know that that girl, for some weird reason, just adores school. She did not get that from me. I'll be the first to admit I was a terrible student. Like when I showed up and applied myself, I got decent grades, but I mean, I'm really blessed that my kids are not anything like me, really, because it wasn't until Bo's senior year, he graduated early, but he didn't ditch a class until like the last semester of his high school year. And then literally once he figured out how cool it was to ditch, oh man, getting that kid to finish. But I will say, like I said, I'm incredibly lucky that my kids are nothing like me in that department, because yeah, I was kind of a naughty girl. Very naughty. I mean, I graduated and everything by the skin of my teeth. But yeah. You know, all those things you kick yourself for now, right? Yeah, that's one of them I kick myself for. It's like, you know, you goober. And I think a lot of it is that I was bored out of my ever-loving mind. You know, because back when I went to school, we didn't really have, like, I don't know, like, the classes I enjoyed were, like, they didn't really have them, right? Like the art class, it was just, like, drawing. They didn't have, like, the cool stuff they have now, like, you know, sculpting and all that kind of jazz. Kind of like that one, I think, for this one. Yeah, so now I think in a lot of ways, like, the kids are luckier now. Like, you should see the culinary classroom that the kids have now. Like, it's amazing. I will say that they have, I mean, even though it's an old school, they have done quite a bit to get kids to that point, you know, get them more, I don't even know the word I'm looking for, more options, which is good to have, right? Having options is a good thing. Because I don't think every kid wants to go to college. And so if they, you know, I do like how, like, our local, like, what's the word I'm looking for? Our local community college does a lot of, like, career-ready courses. So, like, one of Beau's friends took the nursing course, and when she graduated high school, she already had her CNA degree. So I think that's great. And then my two bonus nieces, they're going to this school, not the same school Gracie goes to, but they're going to this other school. It's, I guess, I don't know if you'd call it a charter school, but it's more like college-ready school, high school. And they're like leaps and bounds ahead of everybody in their age group. And it's pretty cool to see. I know the girls get overwhelmed sometimes with it, but by the time they graduate, I think my friend said that they'll have, like, some crazy amount of, like, 10 college credits already, which any of you who have ever paid for college credits knows that's a huge deal. And those poor girls started school this week with it. I feel bad for them. It's like the summer's over because that school starts. They get out earlier than like the public schools in our area, but yeah, it sucks to start school when nobody else is starting yet, right? Yeah, they're good girls. I kind of miss their cute faces. Ooh, that was a lot of ink. Yeah, so and I think, oh, I don't know if we got the results of Gracie's, like, she took, what are they called? Like GT, I think is the program. It's like no, it's not GT. It's, oh, my mind is slipping me. That one would look pretty, huh? Light blue. Oh my goodness. Why can I not think of it? AP classes, advanced placement classes. And those are similar to, like, college ready classes. like they're more like college classes that they have in the schools. And I'm sure every high school in the US has something like the equivalent of it. And I probably, if I thought really hard on it, I could probably tell you what those are, but because, you know, we had to go to a parent meeting about them all. Anyways, Gracie did really well. So she earned her college credit for the advanced placement classes she took this year. She's not taking any this year, I don't think. There might be one, but yeah, so we got those results in the mail in July. So yeah, that's pretty cool. All right, one more for the side pockets. And I do think we're going to load those like now, so that they don't curl up or continue to curl up, because I don't, for those of you that are new and haven't tried glue sticks yet, sometimes the glue sticks will roll your papers up. So laying them flat, and I usually lay them flat and then put a book on top of them if I'm just doing like thinner cardstock and stuff, like this stuff. I don't know what everybody else does, like, but that's what I do. I have a huge dictionary just to the right of me, and yeah, that's usually, I set it underneath those. Come on. Come off the paper. Wow, I'm feeling pretty accomplished until I look at the clock. Wouldn't that be weird if we could get this like almost all the way done in like an hour? That would be crazy. And I do have some kit ephemera that we're gonna put in there. But like I think I said like in Saturday's video that I really wanted to make like pockets and stuff, because there is quite a few pockets that come in the kits. That's interesting. We'll use that one. Train of thought. Totally gone. I kind of like that, the way that turned out. Okay. Oh boy. All right, let's find places to put these. Okay, these are all the side tucks, so okay, let's find one that isn't that paper. Let's stick this one in here. Oh, I'm gonna cry if these are okay. I was like, I measured these to make sure they would fit both places. Not in every pocket, of course, right? There we go. It'll go in there. It's just still just a tad wet though. Like not wet enough to stick, but wet enough to like be a little temperamental, if you will. Yep. This one might not fit. I might have gotten my glue a little too low. Or not. Or you just have to be smarter than the paper. Or not. Okay, we'll come back to that pocket. I know that it needs to be a little shorter. There's another one. Are they all gonna have to be a little shorter? Well, by goodness, I think they might have to be. All right, let's just keep trying the different pockets. Almost makes you wonder where that first one fit, huh? Probably because I was right at the edge of the paper, like the glue was. It's no problem. Like, we'll shave a little bit off. All right, I'm just gonna go ahead and shorten all of them in there. And let me grab my little cutter real quick. Maybe I should cap my glues. So I'm not gonna be right there. Uh-oh, there it is. No worries, that's why we have little trimmers, right? And if we gotta cut it off the bottom, then we'll cut a chunk off the bottom. I swear it's gonna take us, or take me, and not you, take me longer to fill the pockets than it was to make them. Oh my goodness. Much better. Okay, so now we just know that we need to take about a 1/4 inch off the top. I think this one won't quite be. Take it off the top and the bottom to get our 1/4 inch. Take just a little bit more off this top piece here. Little bug. Sorry, I'm not overly talkative right at this second. All right, let's do the next one. Again, we'll take a little bit off the top here. And a little off the bottom, just a skosh. I only have 4? I thought there was 5 of those. All right, let's go back through here. I thought there was a 5th one in here. Yep, right there. And then I think the other part of me is like, you know, if I do this, like step by step, then I know, yes, it's going to work to just do these small things. And I knew that was going to be off, but there's not much I can do about it now. Unless I really take down the bottom part of that. So I'm just going to have to be how it is. All right, so that didn't seem to bulk it up too much. Okay, let's keep going. Let's see. Again, it's going to be kind of boring, I think, unless you guys really like that. I don't know. Oops, I'm about ready to lose my other stack of papers. We'll just take this as the lesson of what not to do in an altered book. How about that? And these ones we won't, I don't think, have to cut because those, I mean, the width is fine and the height will be plenty tall enough. At least I hope. Oh my goodness, I'm getting kind of excited. How cool would it be if I actually pull it off to where it's not alligator mouth? Oh my goodness, I'm such a goon. I cannot believe I did that. The ridiculous things we do, huh? And then I think with the other, because I've been trying so hard not to print out more than what I need for a kit. But then, you know, being so large, I ended up having to print multiple sets. And I never capped that glue. Multiple sets. So I've got a ton of scraps right now. So to do all the side like the side tucks, I've got to get that under control. Like I don't know. I don't know what to do for the side tucks. That's going to be a whole nother, as I say, Oprah all the time. That's a whole nother Oprah story. I think the next parts will be pretty easy. And we kind of did it together a little bit the other day. Kind of feeling like it's late at night and I'm running out of things to say. So sorry if I'm repeating myself. All right, this is not something I should be doing like that. Let's get those out of there. Kind of almost messed up on the last one too. Well, it's pretty crooked, but that's all right, right? That's what makes it handmade. It does not make me happy though. It was bound to happen, right? Since I didn't pay attention to all that. And glue goobers. Tomorrow, being Friday, is another big paper dyeing day. I've been doing small batches every couple of days, so trying to prepare too for the winter, right? Because who wants to try to dye papers in the middle of the winter? Not me. I have drying racks and stuff that I use, but it just sucks to do it in the winter inside. I need to talk Lori G into dyeing me some more of her coffee dye, because it's gorgeous stuff. She does a really good job. This is my old ink pad too. I haven't pulled out my new one yet, because I had re-inked this one with the last little bit of ink I had. Like, I think there's probably enough for like half of another re-inking, but anyways, yeah, I had just done that before Emily sent me my birthday box, so feeling like I need to like finish it out before I open a beautiful brand new pad. What is my deal with a little bit of crooked today? Still 2 more after this. I don't know about you guys, but I do get a little bored if I'm making the same things over and over and over and over and over again. Okay. Getting kind of low. Pickings are getting slim. Oh, well, another entertaining story. Okay, so I better give a little bit of background. So this will be like repeat for old subscribers. We have so many new ones. So we have 3 dogs. We have an old rescue. His name is Domino. He's a little black lab. And he's adorable, and he picked my daughter as his person. I mean, he loves us all, but I mean, really, we're all just pretty much chopped liver when it comes to her. Like, if she's in the room, yeah. And he's her protector. He's very protective of her. So that said, then my dog is was supposed to be a smooth coat collie, but his dad was a rough coat. So he's got the black, everywhere that Lassie is like brown, he is black. And he's super cute and super sweet and super loyal and a total mama's boy. And he's a turd. I'm not gonna lie, he's spoiled rotten. And especially in the winter, because they're farm dogs, so unless it's really hot, they spend most of the summer outside. They guard the stock, that sort of thing. But like yesterday I had them in. Okay, so what I was really going to tell you is the other night, okay, so we live on like a huge slab of limestone. So to get any fencing in on our side of the mountain here is next to impossible. Like literally jackhammer and hours in one hole. Like, not even kidding you. It is that bad. When we put fencing in one of the rentals, well, both of them, we had to rent jackhammers to get down through the rock enough to get the posts in, and then we had to obviously fill it with cement. So yeah, that was weeks worth of work. It was terrible. Anyways, so we would have to do the same thing here. So we have the wireless collars. Well, Jesse, the collie, his collar battery ran out, and I look out the window and there he is, just trotting around out by the camper. I'm like, hello? What are you doing there, buddy? So he comes back. I mean, he doesn't usually wander too far. I think given a chance, if I wasn't paying attention, he'd go for a walk. I don't know how far he would actually go. But yeah. And he's usually the one you hear barking in the background in some of my videos. Like, he's yelling at me now because we typically feed once a day, and they still had food in their bowl this afternoon, so I haven't actually fed them dinner technically. So a lot of that's probably because they've been spending a lot more time inside. They're just not as hungry because they're not working as hard, I guess, maybe. I don't know. Anyways. So yeah, so that was a funny story of Jessie. And I don't know how many of you have owned collies before, but, and not, he's not a border collie. He's not like, but he's huge. Like, Jessie is like big for a collie even. Oh, and then we have Piper. Piper the puppy. Piper is my husband's dog. Again, she chose him. And she is a mutt. She is Australian Shepherd. Or Australian, yeah, mini Australian Shepherd. German Shepherd. And some other kind of shepherd. So that girl is a herder. She's wicked smart. I've been working with her a little bit on some training. And she's a jumper. Like fences would not work for this girl. She is a jumper. And unfortunately for her, not for the rabbits, because any of you that have either had pet rabbits or have raised rabbits know that typically rabbits can defend themselves for the most part. Obviously not predator, but like when something's messing with them, they absolutely can, and more times than not do. She gets underneath the rabbit cages and like tries to herd the rabbits in the cage. And I mean, they outsmart her most of the time because they go into their nest boxes, which is like attached to the outside of the cage. I know it's in some previous videos, but their nest boxes are like external from the cage, if that makes sense, because we're kind of, they have to have, like the breeds Gracie's rabbits have, they have to have the larger cages, because they have large litters, they're large rabbits themselves. Yeah, so they pretty much outsmart her and just go into their nest box and like whatever, little puppy. But the baby bunnies, which I think I took a couple of videos of them in May, I think. They literally mess with that puppy, because what happens is she gets her nose underneath, because we don't use hardware cloth because it's rough on rabbit feet, so it's like 1 inch by like ½ inch flooring. She will get up there, and obviously she can't get her teeth or anything like that through there, but she'll sit there and like poke them with her nose so that they're like hopping all around the cage. Well, the babies have gotten smart, and as soon as she gets her nose up there, they thunk their paw right on her nose. Oh my goodness. And this dog gets like butt hurt easy. Like, you can hurt this dog's feelings really easy. So yeah, she came crying to me, and I was like, like, well, that'll learn you to stay away from there. I mean, it didn't hurt her. I mean, it was like no more than just like a push, right? Or like a flick a little bit. Oh my goodness. But yeah, that kind of stuff happens at our place all the time. Like, just funny stuff like that. Last winter, Jessie, before we got the puppy, Jessie, my dog, because he's still a pup too, kind of. I mean, he just turned 2 in May. He's hysterical. Like, the antics he gets up to. Like, the first snow, or I should say the first frost we had last winter, when I let them out in the morning, he didn't realize or wasn't paying attention that there was a deer in his area. And so he went tearing out the door, and he did a 360 on the porch. And he looked, you know, like remember in like Disney's Bambi, where like Bambi's like the first time on the ice and his like paws go out, or his, I should say his hooves go out? That was totally my dog. Yeah, my puppy's a few bricks shy, but he's super cute. And actually, Gracie printed out a picture for me. It's not the greatest picture of him, but I'll show him to you. She brought it to me the other day, and I was like, oh, that's cute. Yeah, it's got some crafting fuzz on it, but that's him. And that was last summer. Oops, sorry. Oh, he's a cutie. He's a mama's boy. Yeah, so I think we will have enough time to do just a couple of the papers. I think we're rounding out. I think we got about 10 minutes left for an hour. So maybe I'll just call this one. And I'll show you what that other piece was. And then I think probably off camera I will do the other little like tuck cards here, because I think those are just really going to be similar to this cardstock cut down. It's not going to be like, I'll show you. It's just easier for me to show you. Okay. Should be one more top loading one. Okay, all right, so we can cross those off the list and check that out. It's still not alligatoring. Whoo-hoo, we might make it. And by we, I mean me, because you guys weren't silly enough to make that mistake, right? So I got the 5 top. And okay, so I'll just show you what I'm going to be doing, because I know I have a couple in here already. Oh, gosh darn it. Sorry. I'm kind of got that restless leg syndrome thing going on tonight, because I have a chair on that side too. And that's when Gracie and Bo come in and they're talking. They're sitting on the other side of that table. So I keep putting my feet up and down off of that thing. And then, you know, it leads to jostling of the camera and whatnot. Where did I put those? Well, that just seems ridiculous. There they are. Okay, so I'm going to be doing that. This here, this is out of one of, oh, let's see. It's out of the English Country Garden flower kit. They're like fussy cut flowers. And so this is just like plain paper. I just inked around it and then we glued it on the corners. And I already have enough papers here to fill in. So I think I will probably do that off camera, and then I will make all my tucks off camera. I was going to show you what I was going to do, because I printed a bunch of parchment paper or parchment cardstock. So I'll probably make all of the those cards. I'm just going to cut these down and then ink around them, like I said, to kind of keep it flat. And then when I come back, we'll just like reevaluate and see where we're at. And then maybe that'll be like one more quick video, and then we can do a flip through right in that same video. All right, guys, I will talk to you soon. Hope y'all are well. Have a great rest of your day, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.